The 300 Elite Series rookie from Oklahoma, John Soto.
Okay, it's morning of day one. I think we're boating like number 29. But listen, the dog talk is it's tough for everybody. These boys catch them no matter what. That's the pattern, bro. Catching them too good doing this. It is unfortunately game day. More fortunate. One more day closer to getting home to the kids. We got rained on last night, dumped on. So we're finishing a little bit of our tackle this morning. It is 5:40. I told my guy I'd be there at 6. I need to leave here in about 5 minutes, but that is what we're doing. We're getting geared up and ready. I thought I had it narrowed down, but I still have 11 rods in my front deck, so I guess that's narrowing it down for me. Going for the shad spawn this morning, as long as they're not a fog delay. My other fish are so far away, they're a long ways away, so we need to be able to have an extended day, not a short day. That would be bad for me. But whatever we're throwing with, we're gonna have fun. I'm gonna go out and have fun today. I'm gonna try to enjoy myself even if I'm not catching them. We'll see how possible that is. Okay, it's morning of day one. I think we're boating like number 29. But listen, the dog talk is it's tough for everybody. These boys catch them no matter what, so you can't listen to that. Here's what I do know. Any situation where I'm in where it's been tough, go and catch the fish that you got. Don't go try to risk something else, especially on day one. So it's not windy. It makes me nervous about my shad spawn deal. I needed a little wind for that. So we're gonna go run it, give it an hour, maybe 2 if they're biting, and then we're gonna go down to the lower lake where I got 2-pounders found. I know they're only 2-pounders, but I caught some 3s and I did catch a 4 mixed in. But I'm gonna just put that limit in my boat. And hopefully that sun isn't gonna be out today. And that wacky rig was working on those trees with the sun. Hopefully that doesn't kill my bite. I might have to figure out a different way to get them bit in that area, but I know I got a pocket with some fish in. That's all you can hope for to start doing the tournament stuff, is that you got fish that you know you can get bit. I hate the feeling not knowing that I can get bit. I know I can get bit, I just don't know how to catch the big ones. That's the problem.
Have some fun. I got some of them in there. I started with 6th grade. They're grown. You know, get it? all over. Look up there in the boat. They take a big fold of it. They did. That's somebody get on that.
The 300 Elite Series rookie from Oklahoma, John Soko. John Soko with 5 fish here today.
He stood 6'6" and weighed 245, kind of broad at the shoulder.
5 fish for John Soko here at day number 1. Stop number 4, 11 pounds an ounce, puts you in 25th place. And this one hasn't been an easy one in any of the field, it seems.
No, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I think I burnt that hole to the ground, so we'll see. I stumbled upon those fish, and things that I had going weren't going, so it's going to be changed weather tomorrow. Hopefully that weight will go up.
Got a bunch of time to game plan. We'll see you here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Just got finished with day 1 weigh-in, 5 fish, 11 pounds, 1 ounce. I think I'm going to be in like 50 to 60th place. But there's a lot of guys struggling, so don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. You'll see. Everything I caught today was basically off a bed, and I burnt that to the ground. So we'll find out tomorrow. We're going to shoot some more, talk a little bit more later, get out these guys' way here. These guys load up and weigh their fish. Well, started out doing this spinnerbait on the shad spawn just up close to takeoff. And it was a no-go, man. There was just, the wind wasn't right on that stuff. The shad are still there, but I don't see the fish eating on nothing. And I was there for about an hour and 15 minutes, jumping different trees and stuff, couldn't get to go. So I went to my keeper hole, which is like a 45-minute run. It's a pretty long ways away. And I roll in, pick up a frog, first cast, catch like a 13.5 incher, and I'm like, okay, it's about to go down. And I had one take my worm on skipping a wacky rig up on a tree, and then I caught one, all within the first like 30 minutes. So I'm like, okay, first fish is in the boat. At this point in the day, though, I mean, I'm like 3 hours in the day because just the way that the trip was. And we kept on fishing along. Nothing was eating my wacky rig, and all of a sudden I looked down, and it was still really cloudy. It was really cloudy, and there was a daggum bedding fish. I mean, the boat was rubbing over him, he wasn't even moving. I was literally on the side of the boat just dabbling and watching him spin circles on him. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna catch that guy. So I backed up, popped that guy real quick. So I got 2 fish pretty quick, both 2-pounders. And I keep on fishing that pocket with a wacky rig, and dude, nothing. I go into this little hidey hole that Brad showed me about that had some spawners in it, and they were all gone. Burned some time, and at this point I got like, I think it's noon. I got 2 fish, and I'm like, don't know what to do, and the sun pops out, so I decided to just burn back through the pocket one more time. And when I did, I rolled into a little section that I hadn't touched, and I started seeing fish, bedfish. And so I ended up settling the day sight fishing. Wasn't easy at all. I mean, there were some that were bedding in the grass, so I had to like roll in, grab the grass, like rip the grass, pull the grass, throw it away to make an opening so I can sight fish, so I can see the fish and actually catch it too. And so that's what I did, man. Each one of those fish was kind of a cool little story of how I ended up catching them. One of them, the last 5th fish that I caught at the end of the day, keeper, I caught the male twice off the bed and had to like throw him way out the back of the boat so he'd leave me alone so I could work the female and catch her. So there were some 4-pounders that I saw today, but every time I rolled up and saw a 4-pounder, they would leave and not come back, to the point where I'd come back 30 minutes later and they wouldn't be back on the bed. So my game plan for tomorrow, definitely gonna have my spinnerbait out, gonna have my wacky rig out. I got my flipping stuff out for the potential of flipping some grass, settling and flipping some grass. I saw the way these fish are setting up in the grass, and I thought, well, there may be some remnant fish in the right area and some grass. And then just my sight fishing stuff. I don't know how bad the clouds and stuff are going to be tomorrow. That's going to tell everything, depending on the wind. If it's windy, I'm going to roll that spinnerbait some more. But the truth is, I really don't have a game plan. There's some pockets down and that other lake that I haven't ran that looks similar to the one I caught my fish in. So if there's gonna be any sun tomorrow at all, I could run down there and I could probably find the limit of sight fish. Problem is, when those clouds are out, it is so difficult. It's hard to see them when the sun's out. So when it's cloudy, it's like almost impossible. Almost impossible, unless they're really locked on, which is like 1 in 100. So very difficult. I'm get my tackle done right now, so I can just have a good meal tonight and relax and just make the decision tomorrow morning. Okay, wrapping up day 2, Santee Cooper, and this is the most humbling experience in bass fishing that I've ever experienced. I have got one keeper, one. I've had a limit all year long, not been fishing high, but a limit all day. I pride myself in having a limit. I tried to fish a little bit differently today to where a limit didn't matter, and I don't like that feeling at all. I'm gonna go across the stage, pretty embarrassed with a three pounder, and I'm gonna be finishing really low, like in the 80s or 90s. So, whew. Okay, take a step back. Sometimes it's hard to put a smile on your face, but I am thankful to be fishing. I've got a good support group, good family, good sponsors, good fans. I'm glad you guys are following along. Hope you enjoy the channel. Hey, this is the raw, real stuff. It's not all smiles and championships. Sometimes you get in a rut and you got to work your way out. I'm glad you guys are along for the journey. Watch me dig out of this rut. By the end of this season, we got to get on back on tracks, because by year 2 we can't fish like this, or we will be sayonara, no Bassmaster Elites. That is the goal.
Elite Series, a rookie from Oklahoma, John Socum.
Every morning at the mine, you could see him arrive.
11 pounds and an ounce yesterday. Unfortunately, a tough day here today, John. One fish, and it's been a tough start to your Elite Series season, but we all know that it's coming. 3 pounds 9 ounces gives you 14.10, and you know, you deserve to be here. And I know this isn't the way you wanted it to start, and hopefully you get the wheels back on at Lay Lake.
Well, I will be sitting in the low 90s after this to 100th place for the standings of the year. AOI is out the door, Rookie of the Year is out the door, Classics out the door. The only thing that really matters is having this score finish the best possible for my overall average in case I need this. Next year, if I finish below 70th place, it goes by your average, and that would be bad, and I'd be cut. So I need to have a turnaround season, not for any of the other above mentioned, but for the fact that I need to prove to myself that I can get above the 70 cut. And I don't even know the points are possible. Maybe they are the next, 5 events now, so we're not even quite halfway through the season. But that's really what I need to focus on. And, you know, I've had some success in tournament fishing, and to be honest with you, that success came with me really blinded and not listening to, I roomed alone, not all the time, but most of the time. I roomed with my family. We didn't even talk fishing. And I think that might be what I need as a fisherman, to just really go out, struggle real bad in practice, and finally put just enough together. But that way I can focus the tournament and grind it out. I've been spreading myself out too thin. I've been catching fish in practice and then trying to duplicate it, and that is just not ever recommended by any great fisherman. You want to find out what the fish are doing, have an idea where they're going, be prepared for them, and every day fish the moment, and figure out kind of what's going on as the tournament progresses. Not figure it out really big in practice and then let the fish leave you. And I did that in droves this week. I went, and the bedfish that I found weren't even good bedfish, and they were gone by the time the tournament started, most of them. if I was going to do this over again with the bed fishing thing, I go in the final day, and that's all I do in practice is just only look for bedfish. Final day, all day long. I would start out first. This is what I'd do if I had to do it over. Practice day one. I would go look real quick, maybe, well, in the morning you can't really look. So what I'd do is I'd start out, I'd graph out, I'd graph brush piles. I'd start to see if those fish are moving out already, if they're coming to me. And then when the sun goes up, I'd run in and see what the spawn looks like. I'd figure out the spawn's leaving, and I'd start to anticipate those fish coming. And I would spend the next 2 days of practice finding those locations where the fish are coming to me. Then the third day of practice, I would drop everything and I would sight fish the entire time. I'd not even put a fishing rod on my deck. And I would look for the next 8 to 10 hours, and I would look just for 4s and 5 pounders that would help me actually have a big day one bag. And so I would go day one of the tournament, and I'd sight fish, catch those fish like I could, and then go out and let those fish that are coming to me. And that's really, going into this, I knew this in my gut. I knew this already, and I did not practice with that method of madness, with that intensity. I kind of nonchalantly floated around, caught fish, doing kind of whatever I wanted, and it bit me by the time of the tournament. Because in practice, you're fishing by your gut. Tournament, you're trying to repeat what your gut was telling you, and the weather was 2 days ago. So I've got a long way to improve to get myself back to where I'm listening to my gut, and I'm not trying to force things. And maybe this first half of the season, getting the dog snot kicked out of me is a humbling experience, and hopefully it can help me learn how to build back a better, more established fisherman that can be successful all the time. That's what I need to be able to stay out on leads anyways. I don't really want to stay here if I want to be struggling so bad. And so I've got 5 tournaments left this season and 9 next season. So I got 14 tournaments left to prove that this is where I belong. So that is where the focus is at. Lay Lake is 1 week turnaround. I'm going to go home, spend some time with my wife and kids, and then head right back. I'll probably be only home for 5 days, max 5 days. So I'm looking forward to Lay Lake. I know Lay's got grass, and I know it's got spotted bass, and I know it's kind of like a river system. So fish will get out, they'll get on brush piles, they'll get on drops, but I also know that they'll get in grass. And those 2 things that I'm really pretty good at, and I'm good at catching spotted bass. Now, I don't know about the size that we're going to be catching, but I feel confident that I should be able to catch fish. So I'm looking forward to it, get back on the horse and see if I can put some fish in the boat and get us a top 50 finish for once.